and empowerment.
This call is now being recorded.
So as of today, we are looking at empowerment, and that is why there's need for this training. We all know, maybe I shouldn't even go there. That might be our guest speaker's introduction. So, but nevertheless, we know that we are in a world that is fast-paced. Things are evolving. Before you know it, you just see that this thing is outdated. They're already using this one. Technology is taking over, or has even taken over already. So we just need to evolve as well. We can't afford to be outdated. We can't afford to say, oh, I'm not changing. I know this thing 10 years ago, and this is how it will always be. You can't hold that mindset in this world of today. So we need to evolve. We need to learn. We need to unlearn. We need to relearn. And that is why we've decided to put this program together in order to impact the society by equipping individuals that are probably in different sectors that will be needing these skills that we are offering this training about. I don't know if that makes sense. Yes. So that is why we've decided to put up this training. That's why I've decided to put up this training. And I believe that God will help us even as we delve into it. I would like to call on my our project director to to very quickly read the profile of our facilitator. Apologies, I'm at an event and I'm just trying to put things together. If the project director is here, please can you go ahead and read the profile of our facilitator as he takes the stage. Thank you, everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
I think I'll just go ahead and read. Hello, I don't think the project director is here on the call. I'll go ahead and read the profile of our facilitator just in a bit. Okay, so our facilitator is none other than Mr. Oluwadamilare Akingbade. I expect us to put our hands again and the kind of emoji. Let's welcome him. His name is Mr. Oluwadamilare Akingbade, and he'll be taking us on the impact of intelligence on research and development. He is a postdoctoral researcher at the Faculty of Nursing, University of Alberta. He's a certified global nurse and by the International Council of Nurses. International Council of Nurses, yes. In the year 2015 to 2016, he graduated, he has his first degree. He got his first degree from the prestigious University of Oyo State in the field of community health nursing, and he has since then gotten a second degree in the field of oncology in the Chinese University of Hong Kong in the year 2020, between year 2020 and 2023. He has years of experience and is skilled and is an expert in community health nursing, nursing informatics, nursing research, quantitative and qualitative research, psychoeducation, SPSS, systematic reviews, meta-analysis, and advanced practice nursing. His publications are numerous and they are around 70 of accounts. Join as we welcome Mr. Oluwadamilare Ade.
Thank you so much
I can't
for
hear you.
the.
Are we clapping? Okay, thank you. You're welcome,
Okay.
sir. Please let's
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you
our
so
guest
much.
speaker. I think we're too cold. I don't know what's happening. Please can we just show sign that we are here? Maybe give an emoji or something so that we can be sure that we are really here.
I can still clap.
Or maybe
Right?
on mute and speak. Okay, clap. Okay, that's fine. You can go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. So kindly permit me to share my screen. Um, I don't really present using Google Meet. I present more Zoom. And just permit me to find my way shortly. Um, so I can share this. Window entire screen. Maybe I can share my entire screen and then we can start from there. I'm not sure. What are you seeing? Are you seeing my presentation? Are you seeing my PowerPoint?
Yes,
Can
sir.
someone please respond? You can see my PowerPoint, right? Great. Okay. Can someone else please confirm? I want to be very sure. And
Yes,
can
I
you see
can
it
see your
moving?
PowerPoint.
And it's moving. Great, great. Okay. Thank you so much once again, Crystalline Charity Empowerment Foundation, for this great opportunity. I do not take it for granted. I'm so privileged, highly honored to be part of this. I want to salute you for the great work you are doing. It's not easy to put this kind of stuff together. It's really, really remarkable. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate the leadership of this organization and my sister and colleague, Nosolo Kere, Neolo Kere, that reached out to me to come for this. Thank you so much. And I also want to acknowledge the other facilitators. I think I saw one other facilitator that will be speaking maybe tomorrow already on the call. Thank you so much for joining, sir. Right. So I have limited time. This season is very busy. I didn't even know I would be able to take this. But thank God I'm here. But immediately after, within some minutes time, I need to jump to another activity. So the presidential will not be too long. But I believe within the space of time, you are going to get something valuable. And if there is any other thing you need, I am aware that there are gurus here in the house that they can always help us out. And if you need anything to, you can feel free to reach out, and I'll be very, very happy to provide the little guidance I can. Introduction. So when you hear artificial intelligence, what comes to your mind? Anybody? What comes to your mind? Artificial intelligence. It's so common nowadays. AI, 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 AI. What comes to your mind? I'm not sure if I can. I might not be able to see the chat box, so maybe moderator we can do this together. If you see anything in the chat box, maybe any question, any comments, you can just read it out for me. I'll be very grateful if you can do that. So when you hear artificial intelligence, what comes to your mind? I know many of us have at least some ideas regarding this. So if there is any comment that comes later, please feel free to raise it and the moderator can read it out. So it refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines, enabling them to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, right? You will agree with me that there are some skills that we are reserved for humans, right? I'm passionate about research. During my master's at University of Ibadan, I remember one of my lecturers told us that many years ago when they were doing their own research, they had to go to the library, reading through textbooks and things like that. I came to Canada just 3 months ago, having graduated from Hong Kong for my PhD, and I went to pay one of the Nigerians here, black here, is a courtesy visit in her office, and she told me that around the 90s she was doing a master's at OAU and also doing a correspondence course right in the UK. So at that time during our program, she when she has an assignment, she will write it on paper, take it to the cyber cafe. They will type it out for her, and they will send it through cyber cafe to the school. Right? Computers are not common like this, and tools are not like common like this. And like the moderator said, before you say Jack Robinson, things have changed. Right? Things are changing so fast, and we need to really move with this tide. So they are system designed to mimic cognitive functions associated with human minds, such as learning from experience, adapting to new situations, and making decisions autonomously. So that's just a brief insight into what AI is all about. So when you're thinking about AI, think about what human beings used to do, they want to use machines to do them. The future of research is being shaped by the power of AI. The power of AI lies in its ability to process vast amounts of data, identify patterns, and make predictions or decisions without explicit programming. So, we want to use vast amounts of data. You've heard about large data and things like that, right? Large sets of data. We want to use this to identify patterns and make predictions. So when we hear research, so we have talked about AI. So we are talking about AI and research. So when you hear about research, what comes to your mind? Anybody? By the way, I'm a nurse researcher. I'm a nurse, so you might hear a lot of nursing stuff coming, but I understand that we are all not all nurses, and we are different professionals, which is great. And I do not speak. I speak more to nurses, so you might see a lot of nursing stuff coming, but then I'll try to find a balance where everybody can be on the same page. So when you hear research, what comes to your mind? Anybody? Right? Okay. And also, how many of us have conducted research, and how many have you conducted? I know almost all of us, we should have conducted one research or the other. And even if you have not, right, it's okay. It's okay. You will need these tools. If not, if you don't need them now, you are going to need them in the nearest future. Yes. And also, I understand that not everybody here are going to be researchers, but these tools that I'm going to be discussing today, you will need them. You might need them for your day-to-day activities. If you're a pastor, for example, you want to prepare your PowerPoints for your sermon, you can use it. You are a business executive, you want to do some business presentations, anything. You are a professional, you are working, you are a teacher, you are a student, you want to present your PowerPoints and things like that. Many of these things, tools will be needed. So research is not difficult. I've always said that, and I'll continue to say it. It might be rigorous, it might be demanding, but it's not difficult. So research is a systematic and organized process of inquiry that aims to generate new knowledge, understanding, or insight into a particular topic or phenomenon. So it's systematic. Many of us have done research in quotes. At least you have searched for something. For example, you are in Nigeria, you want to go to the UK, your masters, you do research, right? You look for the information, right? Many of you did research before you got to this level. You were in secondary school, you wanted to become something, so you did a kind of research. So those ones I explained, they are not organized, right? The difference between the ones I explained and the real research we're talking about today is that this one is systematic. It has protocols, right? It's organized. You want to be able to do it here and be able to replicate it later. And if you are here and you are interested in research, it's a very good one. It will give you many opportunities. I always tell people research will take you around the world. My first experience living in Nigeria was in 2018, and it was on the wings of research. After finishing my master's, I got an opportunity to present my findings at an international conference in Accra, Ghana. And since then, I've moved to different countries, Hong Kong, Japan, and now in Canada, right? So it involves gathering, analyzing, interpreting, and synthesizing information to address a specific question, problem, or hypothesis. So when you talk about research, I do nursing research, as I said earlier on, and this is the phases in a typical nursing research, which I know we also use this, we might use these phases too in some of the research that we do in our different professions. So the first phase is when you conceive the idea, the conceptual phase. You note the problem, you review your literature, you go online to check some stuff, right? You undertake clinical work as a nurse or a doctor or someone in the health profession, or if you're not in that field, you can maybe social sciences, you can look at what's happening in the community and things like that. You can develop the framework and you can formulate your hypothesis. I'm not going to go too deep into research issues because this is on AI. So just to lay a brief foundation, if you want to learn research, there are organizations out there that teach people research. And as a nurse, I will recommend INR for you, right? An organization, we started an NGO in 2016, where we build the capacity of nurses in research and scholarly endeavors. It's just similar to what we are doing at Crystalline Foundation, which is so brilliant, right? Yeah. So the design and the planning phase, you select your research design, develop protocols, identify the population, design your sampling plan, and things like that. This phase is now when you go to collect your data, and it can be through different means, right? You can collect it virtually, you can collect it face to face, and here you analyze your data. I learned there's a data analyst in this organization, very brilliant. I was really impressed when I saw the analysis that was sent to me, because I wanted to know the people I will speaking to, and I didn't even know. When I got it, I was like, I will send this. Is the person an analyst? You are so fortunate to have such a person in this organization. Great job. So keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. So the dissemination phase, you communicate the findings and then you utilize the findings in practice. So research is not complete until you disseminate your findings. And you can do that through publishing in peer-reviewed journals or presenting in conferences, among others. So basically, the kind of research I do, we have three types. We have the quantitative research that deals with numbers, similar to that documents. And I don't know if the facilitator would like to, maybe you can share it or moderate it later. I'm not sure if you have shared with a group, but that thing it did, it looks like a quantitative research. It deals with numbers. 70% of these people came down with COVID-19. 80% of this, there's a significant relationship between this and that. That's quantitative numbers. Qualitative deals with deep insight, experiences. So that's when you're talking about things like you are interviewing participants, you are doing participant observation, and other things like that. That's qualitative research. So you do interviews, you record the findings. Sorry, you record the presentation. It might be individual in-depth interview. It might be a focus group. A focus group is when a group of people sit around maybe a table, like in a Sunday school class, something like that. And then you ask questions, they talk, but it's as, like I said, research is organized, right? It's systematic. There are protocols, there are rules to follow. It's not like a self-fellowship group, few group of people coming together to discuss. And the mixed method now combines the two together in a study. So what is the importance of AI tools in research? Data analysis, like I said, there are intricate data sets that AI tools can sift through them to search for trends, correlations, patterns, etc. And also prediction and forecasting. So AI tools can be used to forecast future trends. So we want to know where the financial sector is going in the next couple of years, right? We want to know predictions about diseases in the next couple of years. We want to know about the economy, climate science, climate change, any field. That's why I love AI. It can be used in all fields, right? Yes. So another one is hypothesis generation and testing. So you can use AI tools to generate hypotheses in research and to help researchers explore new research directions and possibilities. I love this so well. ChatGPT is one source that, though it has been abused, like we're going to discover later, all right? But then if you use it very well, you're going to agree with me that it can spike very brilliant ideas and generate very beautiful topics. There's one particular nursing student in one school of nursing in Southwest Nigeria. He is an influencer on Instagram. He has a lot of followers. Some of his Instagram videos have gotten over 1 million views, right? Yes, and it's very young, right? So I noticed he invites people to come and present, and we now give them a topic. Anytime I look at the topics that I generate, I'm be like, very brilliant topics. I went to ask him, how do you generate your topics? Because I've been in this space of organizing conferences, programs, research seminars, and things like that for a number of years. And I know what it takes to come and craft a compelling topic that can generate people to respond and attend your program, right? And then told me use this AI tools to generate those topics, right? Yes, research ideas can be generated with AI tools. Automation of repetitive tasks. So there are some tasks that when you do them in research, they are repetitive, collecting data, cleaning data, literature reviews, etc. Right. So some of these tools can help us as far as this is concerned. You can use these tools to collect your data, to clean your data, perform reviews, and so on. Another one is personalized medicine and healthcare. Some of us are medical practitioners. We can use AI tools to analyze patient data, right? Medical records. So helping us to tailor healthcare interventions to individual patient needs, improve patient outcomes, and healthcare efficiency. So many of these data set tools now can analyze a medical record and then predict, though there are also concerns regarding that, right? So that you will not diagnose rubbish and prescribe nonsense for patients. But then one good thing about this field is that it's an ongoing field, right? I'm just praying that God is going to help us as young ones, which I know many of us are, to be able to be abreast of these trends. The world is changing so fast. It's changing so fast. What you used to know before you say Jack Robinson has changed, right? Has changed. I find it very overwhelming actually. I must be very honest with you, right? As we are still trying to learn one, another one has come. But then we must be on top of all these things. Oh. Yeah, so that our work can be easy, our work can be faster. Yes, somebody when my profile was being read, I have a lot of publications. Many of those publications, I am able to do my work faster, right, with AI tools. Currently, I'm also a senior lecturer in Faculty of Nursing University, Chrislam University, Ogun State, Nigeria. Right. So I have students I supervise virtually, I supervise them online, right? And then when I want to give them feedback, check their work, I run the work. I have AI tools attached to my Microsoft Word already. As I'm running through their work, it's just bringing out the corrections so I can give them feedback on time, right? With these tools. Natural language processing, AI-powered text analysis tools can extract insights, identify trends, and summarize large volumes of text, facilitating reviews. I said that earlier on, right? Image and signal processing, so medical imaging, remote sensing, astronomy efficiency, and in that space of the in that space science, I mean. So you use such tools in pharmacy to drug discovery and development, and a host of others. Interdisciplinary collaboration. When you want to collaborate with your friends in different countries, there are tools that you can use. I'm here in Canada, my friends in Hong Kong, yes, like this space too, right? So that we can collaborate from different. So there are some tools that you can use. Google Doc is one, right? When you use it, you can connect together. Though that's not a good example, but there are some other tools that are good with that. Ethical and social impact. Like I said earlier on in social sciences, nursing research actually has some similarities to sociology. Yes, right. Social sciences, because we deal with issues that happen in the community. So we use these tools to also generate insights and find ethical, social, and policy considerations that require research and analysis. So to move very deep now into why we are here. So what are the AI tools used in research? Grammarly. So AI tools, like I said, I do more of nursing research, and I'm basically a writer. So many of the tools I'm going to be talking about are tools that that can help you in writing properly. I don't know all these tools, to be honest. I know few. All the ones I'm going to tell you, I've not used many. Like I said, I find them overwhelming. One of the reasons why I even took this class is so I can update myself too, so I can get to know them more and use them more. I use this a lot. I'm not only using the free version, I use the premium version. I paid for it because, and I think I've renewed it like 2 years or 3 times now, and I will keep renewing it because it's extremely helpful. I check research for many students, collaborate with many people, right? And I want to write better. We have a delusion in Nigeria. I used to have it too, that because we have been speaking English since we are young. Many of us went to private kindergartens, and from there you have been speaking very good English. And then you think you know how to speak English and you know how to write. Some of you have A1 in English, right? And no, 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 no. When it comes to research, you cannot. Yes, those knowledge is helpful in you can translate it, right? But it's more than that, right? There's a style, there's an academic style of writing, writing for journals, writing for publications, where the semicolon should be, where the comma should be, how you should frame your sentences. When you run your writing through, excuse me, through Grammarly, you begin to see all these issues that you can actually improve on as far as your writing is concerned. Yeah, Grammarly, I highly recommend it. Pro Writing Aid, it also offers features such as grammar checking, style analysis, readability scoring, and plagiarism detection. Hemingway Editor, it offers features, like I said earlier on, just similar to ProWriting Aid. And another one is Quillbot. I use this one a lot too, a lot. Quillbot is a very great resource. It can help you to rewrite your sentences. Now, plagiarism is a very big issue, as far as the world of writing is concerned. Why we might not take it very serious in a country like Nigeria, when our people get abroad, which I know many of you here are really interested in moving to other countries to go and study, to go and many people complain, right? You cannot just copy and paste and say you have done a research. No, no. So you need to know how to paraphrase, how to change the sentence structure to make sure that your document is not going to come out as plagiarized, something like that. And Quillbot is a very good device that can help you do that. But I usually encourage my students not to be over reliant and on AI tools actually, right? You need to use them. You need to develop competencies in using them, but you must know how to use your own head to analyze some of these things. For example, in paraphrasing, when you enter Quillbot, and especially the premium version which I use, it's going to give you some options, so you can change a writing into an academic style of writing, creative style. You can shorten, you can what again? You can expand, you can use the academic one, you can use the formal writing and different kinds of writing styles, right? So it's Quillbot, it can help you to shape all these things. So the next one, which I know many people use, ChatGPT. One of my students puts a tweet on this on Twitter some months ago that equal nípa ChatGPT lórúkọ Jésù. When I saw it, I laugh. I said this guy has used ChatGPT like anything. I was in Hong Kong, and Hong Kong banned ChatGPT actually. In Hong Kong, I'm not sure of mainland China, but in Hong Kong, you cannot open your Google Chrome and then enter ChatGPT. It's not possible. You cannot use TikTok, right? So these two stuff I was not using them until I finished from the university I attended, and then I had another opportunity to collaborate from a particular university in Hong Kong. Then at that time I could use their own chat GPT. But the university I graduated from for my PhD, they are still not. By the time I left, they were just trying to see how they can introduce ChatGPT, but they are still very careful about it, trying to check and things like that, right? There are issues. ChatGPT is not always right. Let's know that it's not always right. Sometimes it will give you very fake references. I've seen that a lot. My mentor, Professor Priska Adejumo, when I was looking for a particular topic, a particular research, a particular issue on nursing, or writing a kind of paper, so it gave me a kind of references, Adejumo and Olaogun 20 something something. I know these two researchers in Nigeria, and they have not written any paper like that. Like, say Israel. So you need to be very careful with ChatGPT, but it's a very good tool actually. So WordVice is another tool that has AI translator, summarizer, paraphrasing, proofreading. Oh, I forgot to mention the I think the premium version. I'm not sure if it's the free version of Grammarly and Quillbot has it, but the premium version also has plagiarism detectors. Okay, I mentioned that earlier, and as a repetition. Typesets. Typesets are another very brilliant tool that can also be used in writing. Um, it can be used for research collaborations and things like that. Another is Cite AI. It gives you real citations to actually publish papers. So I think this tool is actually developed in how do I put it now? I think they capitalized on one of the weaknesses of ChatGPT to design something like this. So in this kind of tool, it actually gives you real published papers. It will not give you fake citations like ChatGPT is going to do. It provides exact numbers of publications that refute or corroborate a specific claim. And it includes a citation management system and support for various styles, and can automatically generate in-text citations and bibliography. So don't worry, I'm going to send this to the organizer, these slides to the organizer. So we're going to have them after this presentation. So no need to worry. So chat PDF, not chat GPT now, chat PDF. So on for this one, if you upload an article in PDF format into this software, it gives you a summary of those of what you have written, of what that paper is all about. I mean, and it suggests questions which could be based on the full article, right? So there's questions which could be based on, which could answer, which it could answer based on the full article. So that's one major use of chat PDF. So another one is Scholarly. Scholarly, it reads and summarizes your articles, reports, and book chapters. So help you keep up with the latest research and quickly assess how relevant any document is to your work. It creates a summary flashcard of any Word or PDF document and includes links to open access versions of cited sources. It can also be configured to extract figures, tables, and images from articles to display information in an easier to understand way. So that's Scholarly for you. So let's look into AI tools used in analyzing large data sets. So Spark, Spark is one of them. Apache Spark. I'm not sure if you have people here that deal with large data. So it's an open source distributed computing system that provides an interface for programming entire clusters with implicit data. It is effective for processing large scale data sets across clusters of computers. So when you have clusters of computers, different computers that people are using, so you can use this tool to be able to analyze data sets, and it will be in collaboration with these different groups of people scattered all around different parts of the world. So this one, Hadoop is another good tool for analyzing large data sets. It's an open source framework. Before I go into this, let me also mention that if you are analyzing a data set, I know data analysts here, depending on the kind of research that you do, you use different tools. I use SPSS. That's I do the kind of research that needs SPSS analysis. Some people use R, some people use Tata, and a host of other things like that. Do I like data analysis? No, capital N. No, I don't like maths. I don't like maths at all, so I don't like this analysis. But as far as research is concerned, I just discovered I have no option than to learn it and then to know it and know it very, very well, very, very well. Why? It's at the center of research, right? Somebody said, "In God we trust." Other people, you must bring data. Other people must bring data, right? So data is life. So we don't have any option. We need to like it. For people like me that don't like, please go and like data analysis. Oh. And I had to get a textbook, moral statistics, on my PhD. I think I finished that textbook, read a lot of things, and practiced a lot of things because I did the kind of PhD in my school. You must analyze your data yourself. Yes, you can. We have a statistician in the school that we consult, but then you need to analyze it yourself so you can know how the trends are emerging. You're able to write your work very well, and that skill is needed. I remember reviewing the master's work of a particular student of a particular nursing student, and she's a lecturer and also a student. Just some days ago. So after checking it, I checking everything. She has finished the research, so I was checking chapter 4, and I noticed that the hypotheses were rejected and they should not be rejected, right? And an analyst did that work. An analyst so and collected money, I believe, and then what he or she did was wrong, and she gave it to that person, and that person collected it, and she didn't know that it was wrong because she does not know analysis, does not know all these things. So that's why I told myself I'm a lecturer and people will be looking up to me for insights and things, so I must know it. right? So so that's my data analysis journey. I'm still learning it too. I find it so tiring, as far annoying, but I have no option but to know it. So I'm developing more competence in it by the day, right? And though there's another one I do, NVivo. NVivo is a tool for data analysis for qualitative study. I think I prefer that. I don't like numbers, and I like descriptions. So I do that. In that one, you code, you use your coding, not coding of software. There's a way we code in qualitative data analysis, and then you it's interesting really and straightforward, but laborious, demanding. Every part of research is actually laborious, right? But it's not difficult, but it's laborious. Okay, so I noticed something with ChatGPT too that can also give you insights on the kind of analysis you can do for a particular data set and how you should run the data analysis, right? So you can ask it questions, and prompting is another skill that we need to develop as far as people that want to use AI tools like ChatGPT. Computer is garbage in, garbage out. We need to know how to prompt ChatGPT very well. So if you're able to get some courses or some materials that can teach you or you can use to improve your skills on how to give very great prompts, you get very great results. So I prompted it to help me with one data analysis and told me, okay, after you clean this data, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And I did it and it worked. I was really impressed. And going forward, of course, I'll be using it to give me prompts on, okay, this is what I should do, this is what you should do. But then another thing about data analysis is you must also, how will I put it now? You must also know the rudiments, right? So there are some rules that you should obey, that a set of data needs to obey before you can use this kind of analysis, right? So we have the parametric kinds of analysis, we have the non-parametric. All of them have rules that should be obeyed before you can do one or the other. So Hadoop is another one that is used in large data sets for those that are in that space. So for data visualization, Power BI, I know some of us here will know Power BI very well. So it's a business intelligence and data visualization tool. Behind the scenes, it uses NLP, natural language processing algorithms, to interpret queries and generate corresponding visualizations or answers. It automatically generates insights from data sets using machine learning algorithms. So this is a tool that if you're interested, I know there are boot camps in Nigeria. I learned that yesterday. Was it 2 days ago? I was featuring on the Twitter space and I was speaking on research and the co-panelist was speaking on healthcare healthcare data something something data analysis, healthcare data analyst. Okay, for those that want to become healthcare data analysts. So she also spoke about Power BI, another Python, another software that we use in healthcare data analysis. So people that are interested can also learn. And she mentioned that there are boot camps in Nigeria. Some are free, some you need to pay, and some, like she said, some you 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 attend for free, but it's like a loan. Excuse me, it's like a loan. So the way to get a job. So after you get that job, then you'll be paying. You pay the organization back or something like that. And that skill, its analysis, is becoming well sought out for, because people are, and globally, people are now getting jobs outside the country. Some people are even in Nigeria and they are working virtually from home. And that's another thing that I like about research. I think for the past 3 weeks, I've been in the office just once, and that was just like 2 or 3 days ago that I went to the office. So I can work from home, but it depends on the kind of research we are doing too, right? There are some researchers that they need to actually, because they work in the lab, they deal with chemicals, and for us nursing researchers, we work on our computers, so we work anywhere, right? So for PowerPoint presentation, there's also some tools that we can use. Some of you might like my slides, right? Yes, I use Slides Go to prepare this presentation, and you are going to see in the slides you see some um some pictures, right, that you like. It's not me that formatted those pictures. They are AI generated pictures. So they are still going. There are still some many of them, but I didn't use all of them because they might not be relevant. So, but you are still going to some towards my conclusion. So I use Slides Go to. I've been using it for some time too. I started using it during my PhD. Um, why did I start using AI tools, Slides Go? Well, Slides Go is not really an AI tool, but it has an AI device, right? Um, when I started my master's in 2015, right? And we were taught to we need to present PowerPoint, and then all we use was those black and white slides, black and white, black and white, black and white, and that was all. But when I went to Accra for a conference, and along the line, my mentor Professor Adejima will give me slides to go and prepare for her presentation. So I started noticing that when I look at some presentations of people, it's finer than my own. It's more appealing, visually appealing. It holds the audience spellbound, something like that. Naturally, those in that conference who came from Canada, from US, from 2018, 2017, thereabouts. And I noticed, no, this kind of slides is so different. So until I go to Hong Kong, oh, those Chinese young girls and boys, come and see their slides, killing slides, powerful slides. I'm like, how are you guys doing this thing? This is not our. So I now started researching, and started landing a lot of tools that can help my presentations to be beautiful, more beautiful. And I've gotten a lot of awards, best oral presentation awards at different conferences. Yeah, because of the quality of my PowerPoint presentations. And I've also taught my students to that, in fact, that my students know they can get the ones that have very higher scores when they present, they do very beautiful and compelling slides. So Slides Go as okay, another thing I should mention, many of these AI tools, many of them they have free versions and they have premium versions, like I mentioned. So some of these tools you might not be able to have the best the best experience, the best experience if you are on the free version. And that's one of the reasons I encourage people to get good jobs, right? Get better jobs. I don't care how good your job is, there can be a better one, right? And especially if you are here in Nigeria and you can try and get a job abroad or try and earn in a currency higher to the naira. To be very honest, some of these tools I signed up for the premium. If I was still in Nigeria, I might not be able to afford some of them, some of the costs, right? But so there are some people that's in Nigeria that they are working abroad. So people that earn in USD, yeah, earn in Canadian dollars. So you can just easily $50, $20. They are not, so many of them are not very expensive, $200 and things like that. But when you convert that to naira, is a whole lot of money, right? So some of these AI tools you can also use them for your PowerPoint preparation. In conclusion, so this is one of the tools, some of the pictures I told you about. As we navigate the evolving landscape of research and development, embracing AI's potential while addressing its challenges is essential. The synergy between human ingenuity and AI innovation holds the key to shaping the future of research and development. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, I'm very happy to answer your questions. Over, moderator.
Oh, wow, awesome. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sorry, team or members or participants, can we appreciate our facilitators, our facilitator rather, Mr. Oluwadamilare Akingbade, for wonderful presentation. The slides are indeed beautiful. Can we appreciate him? Can I see emoji? Clapping emoji. Oh, okay. Thank you. Wonderful. I know we've heard quite a number of things. We have questions that we want to ask. We can do all to raise our hand and be given the opportunity to ask any question we want to ask. Or we can use the chat box. Oh, I think I'm seeing some comments. Well done, sir. So we can use the chat box to also send our questions in. So the floor is open. I know some persons had network issues. Nigeria now, I don't know if you know, sir, we've been having issues with power.
Yes, I
So
had. It's really, really annoying. Really annoying.
even now myself, I think I'm on 13%, and I'm on my
Mm,
way home. At least there's light, so I'll just go and plug when I get home. So I think many of us had power issues, some network issues. So a lot of our participants could not join in. But like you said, the meeting is recorded. We have the slide. We would share with them and hope that they get as much as they would have gotten if they were on the call. But thank you, sir. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Any question
Yeah,
for our
I see some
facilitator?
people are raising their hands. Maybe they want to ask questions. Can you
Oh,
see those
I
hands?
don't know. Maybe because I'm using a mobile, I'm not seeing any
Okay.
hands. But if you
Um.
have raised your hand, you can. Okay, maybe you should just take it over from there, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So I first saw the hand of Daria Anifuoshi, and after that, the hand of Ido Timothy. So I think Daria can go first. Anifuoshi. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Damini. This is quite enlightening, as in I got now for most of us, and you've actually shared great information. Yeah. So, yeah, some information you shared here, I think a particular one actually caught my fancy. Anyway, so want to I want to ask just two questions. One personal question, the other one is um the other one. So the first one, from your profile, I could see that you actually got your first degree. That's 2015 to 2017, University of Ibadan. I'm sorry, I don't know. How did you do that? That is quite interesting to me to. I want to actually know. Then number two, you mentioned a boot camp that there are some boot camp that one can actually enroll for, and then it's more or less like a loan where they help you after the training, they help you secure job, and then you start paying back. I think I wouldn't mind if you can actually share some of those boot camps that you feel that yes, they are trustworthy for us to actually enroll there so that we
Hmm.
can just further this build journey. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so for that question. Yeah, for the first one, I think it's a mistake. I didn't get my first degree in 2015. My first degree, in fact, my first degree was in 2011. I went to Lautech Nursing for my first degree. I started pre-degree 2005, 2006. I started 100 level. So I graduated 2011, and I worked in different hospitals 2011 to 2015. Yeah. So it was in 2015 that I started my master's at University of Ibadan. I finished 2017. I worked again from 2017 to 2020. So I started my PhD 2020. I finished 2023, and I had a bit of work. I worked for like a few months in Hong Kong after my PhD. I had my defense of PhD June 2023. So I worked around, I think, September. I rested for some months. And after that, I worked for like 3 months in Hong Kong before getting to Canada for my postdoc. I started a postdoc in Hong Kong. I stopped just a short-term contract, and I started in Canada. So that's my career journey. It's not so fast. It's not so fast, actually. Yeah, it might be fast relatively if you compare it to some other people, but I have people that are faster. That are faster. In fact, information is everything. One of my mentees, she went to School of Nursing, and then from School of Nursing, she went to a degree. She does not have a master's, and now she has two fully funded scholarships for a PhD in the US. She does not have masters. So in the US they have some straight from bachelor's to PhD, something like that, right? And so she's going to be resuming very soon. Yeah. So all these things are information, and yeah, and there are resources too that are available to help. We have a lot of people on Twitter that share such information. Dr. Olumoyiwa Igbalajobi is one, and some other good ones too. I always advise people. I tweeted a tweet on X. I still call it tweets. It's no longer a tweet. I posted on X some days ago that know where you are going, know your destination. That's one. Look for people that are already doing very great there. Ask them for mentorship if possible. If it's not possible, study them very well. Go and do what they did. You are going to get their results. It's as simple as that. All these things are not myths. They are they are reproducible, something like that. I've gotten grants to recently. I got a 7,000 Canadian dollars grant to do research here from Alberta Innovates. Right. Yeah. For those that have not gotten it before, might look big, might look, but no, no, if you learn it, you'll get it. I got one during my PhD to develop a mobile application. I'm not a developer, I'm not a software engineer. I'm just a nurse researcher, right? But then I collaborated with a developer to do this kind of. So he did the coding aspect, I gave the contents aspect, and we launched the app. I'm also planning to develop more during my postdoc, which I'm doing currently for Canadians, which is the grant I got for, and a lot of things like that. So for that point that I just raised, so I got a grant for that during my PhD in Hong Kong. One of my mentees in Nigeria, doing a PhD in university in Nigeria, let me not mention university, she also got the same grant I got when in Hong Kong. It's interesting to know that even many organizations, they want to give people that are in low and middle income countries money because they know that they need the money more than those people abroad. Right. Yes. So I'm going to send the slides to you, to the organizer who is going to forward it to everybody on this call. I can see that name, Ayobami Adeagbo. I'm not sure if it's the same Ayobami I know. Well, that one I know is a researcher and is a people should hold this leg very well. And he knows how to use many of these tools. I even reached out to him that he should come and teach me one. I've not forgotten. I'm still coming to your DM, sir. Just I was just trying to finish my PhD and all. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. So for the second question about the boot camp, yes, I don't know much about it. I just added some days ago, but I'm very happy. I will ask after this call. I reach out to the person that said it and some other people that attended that space, and I invited them to speak on that space, and I'm going to get them and I forward it to the organizer who will be able to share it with us. I'm not sure if I answered your question, Sam. Over.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
That covers it. Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you very much, sir. I think we can have Mr. Ido Timothy. After that, we have Miss or Mrs. Abiola Senewo, if I got that right. So, Mr. Ido, over to you, sir.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
My pleasure.
Basically, I have like three questions to ask. First and foremost, I want to appreciate the presentation. It was wow. Thank you so much.
My
More
very pleasure.
grace and more knowledge.
Amen.
Without wasting time, one, you mentioned about chat GPT and referencing, which though I use chat GPT, and I noticed that some of the referencing the chat GPT gives me, they are like on, they are not realistic. Because I'll
Yeah,
be like, when you give the same referencing from different topics, like you start thinking and doubting, is it possible? I don't know. So I want to ask, if we are using other tools like Quickbox, I guess, yeah, Quickbox, can they also give wrong referencing, or you know like ChatGPT now, can they also give like references that are not really unrealistic references? Is it possible?
mm,
That's first. Or it is only ChatGPT that can give false references, but others
mm,
can't. So I want to be clarified on that.
mm.
Then that's number one. Can I continue the question, or I should?
Maybe I should first answer this. Let me just answer briefly. Yes, ChatGPT gives, there's a terminology they call it in AI space. I've forgotten now. So it gives false references. But when I was presenting, I mentioned one particular, I can't remember again. I just added today for the first time when I was preparing my slides. So, but it's on my slides. When you get it, you will see that particular one. I think Site AI or something like that. So it can, that one was, I told you, was developed to counter some of the weaknesses of ChatGPT. So what I do before I even put any reference in my reference list, I will first go and check. Oh, you can't just give me something. I'll just go and use it like that without checking. I will copy that reference list, reference, paste it on Google, enter that document, go. I will enter it. In fact, I also discovered when I was doing those work that there are sometimes that yes, the reference might even exist, that study might exist, but that person did not say what ChatGPT said the person said, something like that. So ChatGPT will just say that it said this, and that person did not say it. Okay, sorry, thank you so much, Mr. Uchenna Gabriel. Thanks so much for saying that. Yes, that is not existing, no, or that the person not even say what the person said. So I think it's important to make those corrections and check very well before you include, check line by line, check it, and things like that. So yes, so some other ones that can also give, because it's machine, so the way it operates is that some people have given it some, I've forgotten that and what they call it. Is it a treatment or something like that? So they have actually gave it that treatment, or that um from a large database of information. So it's when it's trying to filter out those things. And when you give ChatGPT a prompt, you notice within seconds it gets the answer. So even I myself have been raised that how can you are not even resting a bit, and you give me this fast. So you might be giving very some wrong things. So that is just my Nigerian mind, don't mind me. So I check very well. So I will encourage you to also do that. Did I answer your question? So when ChatGPT brings it, you can use Quibbot to paraphrase, and also use your own ingenuity to also, that ingenuity of your human mind is very important. In fact, I'm not sure if we saw David Udeny's tweet on this issue. An issue happened some days ago in Nigeria when one man with disability was not allowed to enter KFC in the airport. And now there was an outrage over it on social media and things like that. And now an organization, if somebody working in an organization now responded, now tweeted to apologize and say that they're going to train their staff and things like that. David then copied that thing, puts it on a particular site. You can go and check David Uden's tweet, or I will send it to the organizer. And he used a particular software, a particular stuff, just put it there, and he marked it as AI, the AI, 100% AI used, something like that. So there are tools now that can detect if a stuff was written with AI, and that one will not go well if maybe you are using it to apply for a grant, or for your study, or for something that is very, very crucial. So we must use it with caution, right? So it's important to also paraphrase, use Quibbot to paraphrase, and then use your own ingenuity, your own human mind to also write and things like that. Yeah, so I think we can move to the next question, Mr. Timothy, if I answered that already.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you
Pleasure.
so much.
Pleasure.
So the second one is in fact, I don't know how to say because of your profile. It's making my head to sweat.
I will swear. Forget it. It's just
So
good.
the question is that are you open to mentorship, especially in nursing aspect? And if yes, what is the process for to enroll someone, maybe your daughter that's a nurse, your wife, your friend? Is it possible, or how the application will go? If yes, that's the second question.
Oh, great. I'm so happy to mentor. I do that a lot. I'm really committed to helping the younger generation get to where I'm going, where I am faster. I believe they can get there faster without making much mistakes like we did. So that's just the whole essence of mentorship, which I'm very happy to. But it all depends. I don't know everything, actually. I don't know everything. Like I told you, many of these tools I even told you about, I've not used them, right? But I've used a few. So I'm also planning to go and be using many of them, so I can also be able to speak very authoritatively about many of them, right? So also I also forgot to mention that when I was presenting that you cannot just try using everything at the same time. You'll be very overwhelmed with your, when you have a need, pick one and then use it, and then develop competence. And then when you have another need, you can look for another one. Like that, gradually we build competence in using it. So I'm very happy. I think I'll do like this through sister, the nurse that reached out to me. Yes, no, I always call her Olokere. She's married. She's no longer Olokere Kende. So please reach out to her, and then myself and I, we can look at the problem together. it's not is if it's not something I have expertise about, by God's grace, I've built a large network of nurses that have built competence on many areas. So there's really no area in nursing now that we need help that we not know someone that can help such a person. So this organization can also help with that. So if you have someone in house that has, she also has this network actually. So with our own network and mine, we can actually seek to help. So let's know the area. Nursing is very wide. It's one of the widest professions on earth, right? Almost everywhere need nurses. You know, there are people working on the airplane as flight nurses, working in the hotel, working with Dangote, working in the refinery, working anywhere. You can anywhere they always need nurses. So it's that wide. So one person cannot just say he or she has the whole knowledge about what nurses need, something like that. So when we know the need of that person, we'll be able to direct as needed. Thank you. But if it's my field, then it's okay. I'm happy to. Over.
Oh, thank you so much, sir.
It's my
With the so
pleasure.
that will allow us to ask. Lastly, I would like to ask because is it possible if the organization, I mean the Crystalline Charity Empowerment Foundation, reach out to you maybe subsequently for um maybe more sessions with you, if possible, would you be able to come so that we will also learn more, so that this one will not be the last? Thank you,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. I'll be very happy to. But in fact, after I collected, I told one of the reasons why I came is because of Nosolo Credit that invited me. We've known for many years. But this season is very busy. It's very busy. In fact, I was telling my wife that from now, moving from now, for the next couple of weeks, I will not take any presentation again. I just finished one some days ago and a lot aligned. So I'm trying to cut. So I told her that if I'm not able to present, then maybe one of my mentees that I've trained will come and take this session. But one of the things that helped me is that she gave time. You know, some people will just give you 1 week to come and present. No, it doesn't work like that many times because I have a schedule that is also lined up with a lot of activities. So I might need some time. So if you can give me enough advance notice, then I make sure I fix it and then I'll be working on it gradually. And then when the time comes, I will present. And I don't have to be the one. As I said, there's hardly any area. People, by God's grace, I've trained people, right? I train people a lot. And so if I'm not even able to present it, there are other people that I've trained that will come and do justice to the presentation, right? Okay. So I think we have Adeyemi Ayola, Mr. or Mrs. also has a question. I think that might be the last one.
All right, thank you very much for that full session. Please, am I audible enough, please?
Yes, you are.
Yes. All right, thank you very much. I think before I go into the question, I think I will just add to the. I think I will also second the prayer of that your student has said. Cool, ChatGPT, more that kind of. It was kind of very helpful. If I can use that word. And thank you for your session as well. At least you be able to also highlight the drawback of that ChatGPT. So I think this time around we'll now be very careful in using it. So thank you very much. That was very eye opener. Okay, my question is, I think one of your presentations you mentioned that you had a grant that allowed you to build an application with a developer, and you were able to roll that out, the application. So I wanted to confirm, and I also remembered you mentioned that for the up countries as well, there's a high concentration for them about getting some things. So can you just throw more light, or is it possible for, let's say, a developer to maybe put in for a grant, even without being a researcher or being in that research field? Because what I'm very concerned with is that you have to be a researcher before you can get that kind of grant. And things like that. Can you just throw more light into it so that we can at least have more grasp into that? So that's the question. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. Please, sorry, we'll be hearing some background noises here. We're having a visitor, and then that's why I said
All right.
I'm have to leave very soon. Okay, but I'll just answer it very, very, very briefly. Yes, so there are grants for many different areas. Any area that you are, any field that you are working or you are interested in, there are grants for it. So you just need to search and search, and you're going to get. And I always advise look for people that have gone ahead that have gotten that grant are getting it, right? So you can also leverage that opportunity. If, for example, and nursing too is very wide. For example, I'm working in oncology nursing field, right? So I got a grant from Oncology Nursing Foundation. That was the grant I got to develop the application. So it depends on the field, depends on the problem you want to solve, right? I got another grant now, Alberta Innovates, right, for postdoctoral scholars. So there are some grants that are for developers, there are some that are for postdocs, there are some that are for researchers, there are some that are for NGOs, like Christian Foundation. So far you are registered with CSC, you have the documents. If you want to apply for grants, so there's also organizations that you can reach out to. Of course, you need to search and read about the requirements and things like that, right? So these grants are actually available, and I wish that we can also develop skills in grant. Is a skill actually, grantsmanship they call it, is a skill, and we need it very well. Really, really needed in Nigeria because of the economy, because of the solutions we need to develop. And many people organizations abroad are really interested in giving these grants to us, but then it's actually laborious. So I will encourage you, partnership is very important, right? So even grants that have a lot of people on board, right? Maybe there is a researcher, there is a nurse. For example, we are applying for a grant currently to join my postdoc, and I looked at the grant requirements. There is a scoring, 15% scoring for how strong your team is. So you don't have to do it alone, right? Depending on the problem, you can bring a doctor, a nurse, an engineer, depending on the problem, right? An oncologist. So you need to know people that are competent in that particular area. That's one. Two, starts from where you are. I tell people a lot, start from where you are. So you can just start with a little grant, maybe it's just 1,000 USD grants, 2,000, 3,000. You might not have to start from 1 million or 100,000 USD grants if you have not gotten maybe 1,000 USD. So start from the small one and then you can scale. That's one. Two, you can also partner with people that have already gone ahead as far as that area is concerned. People that have been getting grants, you can bring them on board. When they check the profile, I was attending a grant seminar some days ago, and that professor from Canada told us that some of the grants that she applied for and she didn't get many years ago, the only reason why she can think she did not get is because she did not have that name that particular time, right? So before they give you any grant, they will check your name on Google. Social media presence very important. They will type your name on Google. So when you type your name on Google, what comes out, right? I remember during my master's, Professor Adejuma, my mentor, give us an assignment, 10 marks. Type your name on Google. Anything that comes out, print it out. That's 10 marks, right? I tell you, different booking with different things, right? So before they give you any grant, they will check, they will do their background check to know who this person is. And from that time, I became very intentional in building a very good social media presence. When you type my name on Google now, you'll be encouraged by what you see. And I started building it intentionally from 2016 that I was told that it's not too late to start, right? You can also start building your own gradually. Many of the things, I'm very quiet, shy. I don't like to talk. I don't like to put myself out there. But that's just the reason why I do that, right? It's not because I want to show that I'm doing something phenomenal. No, I just want to show. I just want people to know when they put my name there that I can do this, and then I can get that grant, something like that. I'm not sure if I answered your question.
Yes,
That
brilliantly, brilliantly. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's all. Over to you, moderator. Thanks so much for your time. I'm so honored to be called upon to present, and I'm very happy to do this again with us. Thank you very much, and bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And permit me to use your word over. So thank you so much. You
Uh,
can kindly attend other obligations. Yes. So thank you, team participant. I believe we've been so richly equipped with the presentation. I'll just want to beseech us or beckon on us to do a few things. We can go online to search the name of the organization. We can like, follow. You can also invite other members to participate as this training continues tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be looking at the use of AI in the educational sector for the teachers, the tutors, and the learners. And I can tell you that it won't be a waste of time. You can also still join tomorrow, even though you may not be in the educational sector. You might know somebody that is in this sector, and you can just do them good by inviting them to join tomorrow. Same time, using the same link, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We'll be meeting here tomorrow by the grace of God to also look at how AI can help us as teachers, as learners, tutors, students, and all of that. So thank you all for your time. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much for scaling the orders of network connection, power, and all of that. Thank you from everywhere you've joined us. We appreciate you. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.